Hello, I'm Stephen L. Watts. Here I am going to speak about top 6 mistakes new writers make, how to avoid common new writer mistakes. Are you wondering why your short stories keep coming back with well-mannered rejection letters? It could be that one of these 6 fatal errors is standing up between you and publication. The points listed below are just a variety of common mistakes new writers make while performing through their first book. Here are the top 6 mistakes made by the first-time authors. One. An absence of editing. New writers tend to think that editing simply means a brief read-through for typos and spelling errors. That's the very last point to do. The first draft of a short story is like a lump of wood. Extracting unnecessary waffle, sharpening up images and choosing the exact word will expose the beauty of the grain. Two. No design or structure. All fiction, but especially the short story, functions best when it concentrates on one person in one situation that takes place in a sensibly short space of time. Learn how to rate a story, when to give and when to keep back information, when and how to create stress, speed things up, slow things down. This is done by carefully choosing words, not only for the sound they make but the part of syllables etc. If a writer needs to introduce flashback, it should be carefully signposted in and out, to avoid confusion. Shifts in point of view should also be carefully introduced. Three. Creating is not economical. Most writers don't think sufficient about making every sentence as economical as it can practically be. If you have not cut at least 10,000 words from your manuscript by the time it comes to editing, you haven't really tried. We've had many beginner writers offer us all manuscripts that needed to lose 30,000 words or more. What we always try to communicate is that they can possibly lose that level of word count without actually losing any content. Four. Lack of technical skills. All writers should learn or put up their grammar by learning why points are so. The most common mistakes, such as misunderstanding of its and its, your and your indicate you as a beginner. Discover the reasons behind the rules and you can't potentially get it wrong. Only when you know the procedures internally can you be brave enough to break them. The best way to learn how to do it is to read as much published fiction as you can. If you read plenty by a variety of authors, you cannot possibly pick up their style. Five. Self-confidence problems. Too much confidence can lead to the assumption, arrogance, and approving mistakes. Inadequate confidence can cause a writer to be unnecessarily timid about making submissions. The key to success is creating a balanced, realistic self-image as a writer. Six. Repetition. The unwanted repetition can be found in sentences, paragraphs, pages, chapters, and the overall book. Chances are, the author refuses to realize they've done it, which is the reason why editing is so important. Although repetition can be used to place emphasis, writers need to be careful they don't overdo it. Summary. Although you may be guilty of some of the most common writing mistakes as a new writer, don't think this is a bad thing. If you take your time, program your writing carefully, and go back over your work, you can avoid making excessive mistakes. However, making these mistakes isn't anything to be ashamed of. It's all part of the learning process, and in the long run, making the mistakes and fixing them will improve your writing. It will take time to become the best. Thank you. If you have any question, comment it here. Please subscribe.